Hello everybody, how are you guys? The sun is setting here in Los Angeles, and this video is going to be the latest in our series on Long Beach, and it's going to be the 5 worst restaurants in Long Beach. Guys, you're not going to believe it. Now, the thing about restaurants and entertainment and that art, a lot of it has to do with your taste. So maybe you'll be into these kind of places. It's not for me, but let's go through them. So the first one is the Taco Drop restaurant. Taco Drop built a drop amusement on their property. If you don't know what that is, you may have seen it at Disneyland or at the World's Fair or at an amusement park, where they drop you straight down 200 or 300 stories. And that's exactly what Taco Drop is. And what they do is sell you tacos, as many as you can eat before the drop. And they want you to eat them while you're dropping. So you start eating, you order your food, you start eating, and all of a sudden, you don't know when it's going to happen, boom! They drop you all the way down to the earth. 200-300 stories at over 375 miles per hour, with tacos flying, tomatoes flying, onions and lettuce, cheese everywhere. Now, they've taken a picture of you before the drop, and then they take it after the drop and compared the two. And they use artificial intelligence to determine how much you actually ate and how much ended up on your shirt, pants, and shoes. And then they only charge you for what you were able to consume, guys. I mean, it's not for me, but the target market seems to be 12 to 14-year-olds, maybe 15-year-olds, because that's the major demographic that's lined up out there, because they love that crazy stuff. All right, that's number one. Number two is High Speed Sushi. These guys are creative. This restaurant chain has leased or rented or borrowed cars that are used in the Long Beach Grand Prix. They have one car that has a driver and also has seats and kitchen equipment to cook sushi in the back. So you have a driver and you have a sushi chef. Then, as the guest, you also have a driver and you get in. It's one person per car. You order your food beforehand, and then you and the chef car go out high speed riding around Long Beach, guys. It's unbelievable. Then when your order is ready, the chef is cooking it as he's driving, and you're driving around enjoying the high speed thrills. When the food is ready, they pull up next to you and slide it over on a very long, kind of a shovel-like apparatus, and you enjoy your sushi. I can't say it, sushi, at very high speeds. It's high-speed sushi, traveling around the streets of Long Beach. You're not even going to be able to see any of the sights. It's all a blur. But it might be for you. That's number two. Now, number three is very interesting. It's Snake Steak. Snake Steak is in downtown Long Beach. They serve snakes. That's right. That's right. Now, in the wild, when a snake dies, the other snakes will form themselves into a type of catapult, and then they'll launch the dead snake into a nearby lake, okay, 75, 85 yards into the lake. So the Snake Steak restaurant has appropriated that, and once you make your selection on which snake, they have various varieties, that you want to eat, they cook it up, and then they launch it onto your plate. It's an open-air restaurant. They launch it from the kitchen, which is out near the parking lot, and it flies through the air 100, 200 yards, depending on where your table is, and it lands with a thud. Bang! It lands, and that is to mimic the custom of all snakes. All snakes do the catapult death ceremony, and it's to honor the natural world and how things actually happen out there in nature. Wow. First of all, I don't know. I'm personally into snake meat. It might be good. There might be a few that I don't know. I just haven't tried it. But guys, give it a try. In fact, give it a try for me. Let me know how it is. I mean, I'm open to some crazy experiences. I don't know if I can get there alone. So I need some encouragement. Hey, get on the YouTuber, leave some comments, get on the Twitter machine. Let me know if you've done this, and get me. tell me to quit being a crybaby and go over there to Snake Steaks and try it. All right. So now number 4 is the Exhaustion Cafe. This is a interesting approach. All of the cooks, all of the employees, all of the waiters and waitresses are completely exhausted. Not only do they draw their staff from exhausted populations, for example, young mothers, medical students, that kind of thing, but then they keep them up for 4 or 5 days in a row before they even let them work a day. Okay, so they've been awake for 72, 82, 90, 100 hours. And the idea is to have a low pressure place. And people are tired of these restaurants squeezing them for every dollar. Would you like to see the dessert cart? Would you, And so at Exhaustion Cafe, the idea is that the staff will be so tired they won't be able to high pressure you. Now, okay, I get it, but the other part is they're so tired they won't be able to serve my food in any kind of speedy manner. I mean, I got other things to do besides have dinner. And I don't mind sitting down to a relaxing dinner, but when it takes 4 hours because my waiter has his face in the mashed potato pot in the kitchen because he fell asleep next to the stove, then we got a problem. So again, it's on my list of 5 worst restaurants in Long Beach, but maybe it's for you. It's the Exhaustion Cafe. So finally, number 5 is Oil Can Kirby's Pub. So at Oil Can Kirby's, they have the gimmick of serving brews in actual oil cans. But the twist is that they haven't really cleaned out the oil cans. They leave a little bit of oil in there. Now, according to the restaurant publicity staff, they said the idea is that the beer will go down faster if it has a little bit of oil lining the can, because it greases it down a little, makes it more slippery, so the beer will pour into your throat. And not only that, the oil will coat your throat a little bit. Therefore, you enjoy the beer faster. So they say you get the effects of the beer faster, but also as the restaurant, they're able to sell more in a shorter period of time, therefore keeping the profit margins healthy and allowing the residents to enjoy the restaurant longer because they'll be able to stay open. And I don't mean at night, I mean just in general. They won't close down because they'll sell enough alcohol, sell enough beers. To me, there's some questionable ethical questions. You get what I'm saying. Some ethical considerations. How about that? To think about when you are serving beers in oil cans where the oil hasn't completely been cleaned out. In fact, I don't even think it's legal, but maybe they have some sort of clause or some sort of allowance from the city and the state and federal authorities to do this. So give it a try. Look, I would say if you guys out there can try these places and maybe report back to me, maybe I'm being judgmental, but again, Oil Can Kirby's in downtown Long Beach is on my list of 5 of the worst restaurants in Long Beach. Get on the Twitter machine, leave a comment here, let me know what you think, and we'll talk to you later. Talk to you loose. Having a hard time enunciating words.